This is your Bible Geeks Daily Download, Notable Natives. If you were stuck on a desert island, what 3 items would you bring? It's a challenging question, but looking to Paul's island shipwreck in Acts chapter 28, let's frame the question a bit differently. If you were stuck on a desert island, what 3 qualities would you want to find in the natives?
You'd probably want them to be warm and welcoming. We read in Acts 28 verses 1 and 2, "After we were brought safely through, we then learned that the island was called Malta. The native people showed us unusual kindness, for they kindled a fire and welcomed us all because it had begun to rain and was cold." Especially in times of uncertainty and trouble, finding someone who's unusually kind can be incredibly comforting. While it's easy to live in fear of outsiders, unsure and suspicious, the natives rolled out the red carpet for these shipwrecked prisoners. Hospitality is one of the marks of Christ's disciples, not only to those we know, but especially to those we don't. Hebrews 13 verse 2. So how warm and welcoming are you to those in need all around you?
And you might want them to uphold justice. In Acts chapter 28 verse 3 through 4 we read, "When Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and put them on the fire, a viper came out and fastened on his hand. When the native people saw the creature hanging from his hand, they said to one another, 'No doubt this man is a murderer. Though he has escaped from the sea, justice has not allowed him to live.'" These natives had a basic understanding of the difference between right and wrong, and they suspected Paul's sudden snake bite was punishment for his crimes. Sure, they sounded pretty superstitious. At least they believed in the concept of good and evil. Sadly, the same can't be said for everyone, since so many today get the two mixed up. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. But what about you? Do you recognize evil for what it is and courageously call it out when it's happening?
Finally, wouldn't it be great if they were willing to change? In Acts 28 verses 5 and 6, we read, "He, however, shook off the creature into the fire and suffered no harm. They were waiting for him to swell up or suddenly fall down dead. But when they had waited a long time and saw no misfortune come to him, they changed their minds and said that he was a god." Like we're prone to do, they jumped to conclusions about Paul. But after seeing the evidence, they changed their minds. Sure, they were misguided in calling him a god, but they did something we're often unwilling to do: reconsider our assumptions. So when was the last time you reconsidered the evidence behind your beliefs?
May God help us learn a few lessons from these natives of Malta. And let's show hospitality, uphold justice, and be willing to change whenever necessary. Thanks for tuning in, and may the Lord bless you and keep you today.
Shalom.